Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son, and the producer of the show. Tonight, the title is Trap of Either Or, and Christopher has some interesting thoughts on that. But before I turn it over to him for the evening's readings, just a quick announcement for anyone who's out there joining us, whichever platform, Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, just say something in the chat so I know you're here. There's no charge, of course, for the first reading or card. But, of course, going forward after that, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100 for the entire month, which I highly recommend since we run 3 shows per week. Normally that's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. So thanks for listening to me. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Happy Sunday evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Great blessings to you. As I light this expansion and this incense, which does expand from solid to spirit, along with the blessings of illumination for you. This has to do with illumination of expanding and understanding your soul light and who you are and your expression on the world at this time to expand the consciousness of the planet. So great blessings to you. Here is to and for your illumination. So we came up with the title of the show tonight, which is The Trap of Either Or. Let me explain that. Either or. So you think about being on a plane. You either can choose chicken or you can choose fish. If you've watched any disaster airplane movies, don't eat the fish. But my point is that we're given, even from the time we're little, either you can have the red popsicle or the blue popsicle. So either or reasoning, it's a fallacy of logos that falsely offers only 2 possible options, even though a broad range of possible alternatives, variations, and combinations are always ready and available. In either or reasoning, thinking becomes rigid, fixed, limiting, and restrictive. So my advice for the show tonight is, how else can I look at this? What is this trying to show me? Universe, clarify your meaning. An either-or fallacy occurs when someone claims there are only 2 possible options or sides in an argument, when there are actually more. Either-or is a manipulative method that forces others to accept the speaker's viewpoint as legitimate, feasible, or ethical. It is a type of informal fallacy or persuasive technique in which an argument is constructed as to imply the necessity of choosing one of only 2 alternatives. So did you catch this? In each one of these definitions, the word fallacy comes up. So as spiritual beings and in expanding our consciousness and illumination, the group card came up tonight, which is it's illumination, inspiration, positivity, and joy. Okay? So illumination resonates to the expansion. So am I expanding or I'm contracting? Let's say you have a decision to make, and you make a decision. Does it feel constrictive or does it feel expansive? That will give you a pretty clear answer as to what choice would be the best for you. Highly recommend you always choose for the expansive. It's a reminder of the heart's capacity for full expression, not half expression, not 1/3 expression, full, whole, expression, and to honor this origin of brilliance that arises deep within your soul. So that's what I bless you all with tonight. We've got a wonderful group: Marilyn Pitts, Lana, Abby, Marilyn, Lindsay, Jared, Kat, Tiffany, Laura, Ashley Sazowski, and Heather McBriar so far. If you're just joining us, whatever platform you're on, if you would like a reading, it's important to say hello or hi to let us know that you're here. Otherwise, we won't know that you're here or watching or would like a card. I'm psychic, but I'm not that psychic. Okay? All right, my dear Marilyn. We'll start with you tonight. Now remember, as I've said before many times on the show, the card I pull for Marilyn may also, because of the law of resonance, resound with any one of you. It was like, I believe it was Ashley last week, I was mentioning this song, and she was just listening to it on the radio, or singing it to her daughter, I believe, right, Ashley? I think that was the story. So the first card I've got for you, Marilyn, is called the Achiever card. Anywhere this really actually fits really well, Marilyn, with the whole trap of either or. A fixed mindset contributes to the either or way of thinking. Because of the belief that we are either born with intelligence or not, and thereby can either be good at something or not good at something. And so it limits us. It creates a wall. This leads to an unending downward cycle of self-defeat. If we think our abilities are fixed, we are less likely to persist with effort and over time than if we know our abilities can indeed be changed. So this is, it's a perfect card. It's really amazing how it fit in tonight. And I'm going to read this again to you, Marilyn. The belief that we are either born with intelligence or not, and thereby can either be good at something or not. And this is releasing the unending cycle of any self-defeat. It's asking you to take a look at what you have already done in your life. So Lana, Abby, Marilyn, Lindsay, Jared, Kat, Tiffany, Laura, Ashley, Heather, take a look at what you've already accomplished in your life. This is the Achiever card. But I really get strongly too for you, Marilyn, is how can it be possible for me to go to Italy? There's an Italy trip opening up. It's like one of those things that are all like on a bucket list. And Greece. There's something with Italy and Greece and the influence of culture there. And how can that be possible for you? They didn't just get on a rocket and go to the moon. It took years of calculations. But they never ever thought it was impossible. So anywhere in your life that you think something is impossible, and I'm talking to everybody on the show now, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that now? Because if you're in on around any subject, if you're in a either or position, it's a constrictive position. This is opening up much more possibilities for you, Marilyn. but also for everyone on the show. And Amanda Vaughn, welcome. Okay. Well, Lindsay, neither is, then there's something else. What else can the universe, what else can you show me? All right, my dear Lana. So, gosh, at the Canada Theatre, I don't know. I guess The Sound of Music came out, in 1965? So I was like 8 years old, something like that. And at the time, the movie didn't run, I think it was like a 3-hour movie, but they had to change the reels after an hour and a half. I didn't know that. So they would have an intermission. I didn't know what an intermission was. And so I left. I don't know, and for 40 years I thought the end of The Sound of Music was when Maria, the nun, left the household. And I thought, well, it's kind of a bummer movie. My point of telling you this, Lana, there are intermissions in our life where nothing seems to be happening, but maybe think of it, Lana, as changing the reels. So this is the Magician card. Your magic isn't even halfway there, so don't walk out on the movie. It's just now, it hasn't even gotten into the third act where things get really good, okay? And understand that you're not here to entertain people. You're here to help change people's lives, to save people's lives, like you did with the guy at the sawmill. And for those of you that are new on the show, long story short, Lana had a gentleman come in. She knew him from years before, but hadn't seen him in years, didn't know what he did. But as he was leaving, she said, stay away from the sawmill, stay away from the saw at the sawmill. She goes, there's a chain that's going to break. And the guy looks at her. About 2 weeks later, he calls her and says, you know, I work at the office at the sawmill. She goes, I really didn't know where you worked. But he says, I work at the office. I never go down to the actual saw. I never go actually down to the mill. But I had to this one day, and I happened to go down there, and I remembered what you said. And I stood back from the saw, and sure enough, the chain broke. And if I hadn't stopped and remembered what you said, I wouldn't be here today. So each of you, I've talked to every one of you. I know I've texted you, Tiffany. And you too, Amanda. But my point is, you're just beginning to have these out of the box experiences. You know, I told you Marilyn's story Wednesday night, I believe, where she was meditating and she kind of opened her eyes and all 6 of her cats were sitting in a perfect semicircle around her watching her. She's like, well, that's odd. So she gets back up on her bed, goes into the meditation again, and she opens her eyes and all of them were sitting on the bed around her in a semicircle. But she goes, I never heard them jump up. I never felt them jump up. So it's these kind of experiences Oh, I'll tell you another one. That this happened today. One of my clients called me. He does recording. He's a what does Jack do? He's a productionist. He works with voice. He works with singers. And this client came in, and he said, he goes, "Was this your grandmother's house?" Jack goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Well, when I was little," he said, "I would see things." And he goes, "Yeah." Jack knows. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "What are you seeing here?" He goes, "Well," he said, "I haven't seen anything in like 20 years, since I was a kid, because I shut it down. I was made fun of or whatever." But he goes, "I looked over in the TV and I saw the reflection of an older woman that looked like a grandmother." And Jack's like, and he goes, "The feeling from it was absolute pure love." And I've been in Jack's house before, and I told him pretty much the same thing. 3 of his relatives had actually passed away in the house, his aunt and grandfather and grandmother. But they were actually, it wasn't a haunting, it was just a very warm, loving, "I'm going to look out after you." And shortly after he moved in to the house, his wife left him, but she was actually kind of chased down, in my opinion, because she actually needed to be. So my point of telling you all this story, Lana, is, and everybody on the show, as your gifts begin to expand, you're going to be able to affect and help other people. It's like a match or a spark, right? This fire lit the incense. It's like your fire, like Jack, his presence actually, and his understanding and how far he'd come, was able actually to expand other people's gifts. This guy had not had this gift for 20-25 years. Anyway, that's my point of, and yes, I'm talking to you, Lana, but I'm talking to everybody on the show on this subject. As you're growing spiritually, I don't know, people may start to like twitch around you. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay, Abby, my dear. All right, Abby, this is expand, expand, expand. I'm always and forever safe in the expansion. I'm always and forever safe in the expansion. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate any narrowness, any limited thinking about yourself or your abilities, about your looks, about the way you think, about anything? Are you willing to expand? Now, the good thing with this, look up the Archangel Michael. Could you look up a little bit of Archangel Michael? There's something with Archangel Michael here with you, Abby. Kennan's going to look up some of this information. A spiritual warrior, leader of the heavenly host in the Bible. He's often depicted as a champion of justice, a healer of the sick, a guardian of the church. He's depicted with a sword. click that. What is Mike? Yeah, there you go. He's a protector of people. And he leads people to heaven or purgatory, it's said. He's known as a protector. So this is going back, Abby, and working on the healing, your ability to heal in your hands. It's why your wreaths are so powerful. And any of us that have bought your wreaths or know, understand the power of them, because the energy that has made them has been with your hands, which is healing. So any of you take a look at any of Abby's wreaths that are on Facebook. It's on Wreath It by Abby, WREATH, Wreath It by Abby. It'd be really good for you to look at. So this is there's a certain frequency that you can turn on and off. So I'm going to talk to everybody on the show about this. There's a certain frequency that you can emit from your hands. In my book, Trestle Creek, Things the Dead Fear, my mother came home. She was a young girl, and she saw her grandfather. Now, my grandfather was her father. There was a farmer that had been really sick for days. He was near death's door, and the farmer had come over, or his family had brought him over to my grandfather's house and laid him on the couch. And my grandfather began to pray over him. And my mother came home, didn't know this was going on. And she heard people in the living room, and she looked around the corner, and she saw my grandfather, light emitting from his hands. And she swore to it till the day she died that what she saw was absolutely real. But the reality came in the farmer literally being healed, getting up off the couch and doing amazing. So I'd like you to be a little bit more aware, and I'm talking to everyone on the show, is using your hands, being aware of the energy, imagining the energy, whatever energy you want to come from your hands, to come from your hands. Whether it's healing, whether it's protection, whatever it is. Okay, my dear Marilyn. So on Amazon, Maryland, I ordered a foot massager. You're needing some, I know I do reflexology, but I'm not going to recommend you go to a reflexologist necessarily, but there are machines or rollers that you can roll your feet on. And all of the nerve endings in the body, into the feet, the ears, the hands. But it will contribute to your healing. So there's tremendous healing going on for you right now. And Abby, use your hands to project that healing energy wherever it is. Because this is the Empress card. This is it's like calling So this makes sense with Michael. Calling in the healing. And just anyone that is on the show tonight, whether you're experiencing, and I'm not going to ask you to say anything in the chat around this, but anyone that is maybe experiencing emotional, mental, physical, any type of need of healing, just, Ken and I could send you some of that energy right now, but also just broadwise, every one of you sending out that healing energy to anyone that needs it, whether it's on the show or in your family, that want it. That's the big key. That want it and need it. You can do that now. Okay. I know you can all feel this. It's pretty amazing, right? All right, my dear Lindsay. So, Lindsay, what role, honestly, come on, what is your dream role? Now, what's funny is Kenan and we went to, I thought we were going to a talk, a speech, a class on movies and directing and all of that. And it was, but then this guy, I just found out this morning, had sent us a script and we were actually going to do a role in front of all these people. And I'm like, I don't know. But I did it. My point is, Lindsay, is what role are you done with? What role would you like to do? And it takes a little bit of research. So actors and actresses are sometimes handed hundreds of scripts in a year. They read through them and they go, do I really want to play this? How do I want to do this? This is expanding your repertoire, okay? And any limited thinking that you've inherited or been projected upon you around the either or, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that now? Okay? Because this is the actor card, but you get to choose your roles. And anywhere where you've been assigned a role or assigned a way of being, someone's assigned you, oh, that's just the way she is, blah, 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 are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Because it's coming from a limited projection. Also, this is talking about, and this may help you actually do it, Lindsay, is actually doing a mural. What's one of the biggest canvases? I don't know, a 4x4. It's not a 4x4 painting. It's not a 4x4 canvas or whatever. It's actually like a wall. It's like a mural. And that will actually help you in your expansive thinking. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then we have
paint a mural on the side of your house for sure.
Okay, so painting a mural on the side of the house, do it. Absolutely. That's a confirmation as to an expansiveness of, it'll change your thinking. It'll change how you view things. Okay, Jared, new beginnings. This is a new day. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate any old trauma, even from the past couple of years? And stop replaying that. Clear, 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 clear. You know, thank God houses have vents, and God created wind. Otherwise, we would all be stifled by the smell of rotten eggs or sardines or garbage. It's like this is clearing your field around any trauma. And start today, start tonight, new. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, break your routine. Do something a little bit different. Go for a 5-minute walk. Go hug a tree. Get something new in your field. There's something new coming into your field. This is you being able to adapt to it by actually starting something new, going out and doing something new. You're giving birth to a whole new idea. Keep creating. Keep creating. And being free of using any outside excuses or past trauma to keep you from creating something new. Dreaming bigger. This is you dreaming bigger. In no uncertain terms. All right, Kat. So, Kat, I don't know if you have. So, Kenan and I, we have these 5-gallon jugs of water, and then we have a water cooler in the house. And so, every 2 or 3 weeks we go to the water store, get the 5-gallon jugs filled. Some people have water systems in their house. Something that you can do to help change your frequency. This is important. This is changing your frequency. It's changing your vibration. And it's needing to change, but change with ease, change with comfort. Who's the guy that did the water research? Masaru Emoto? Could you type that in the chat? There's a book I want you to get if you don't already have it. Kat, it's about this Japanese scientist, Masaru Emoto, Masaru Emoto. Okay. Anyway, human consciousness affects the molecular structure of water, is what he studied. Anyway, it's like blessing your water. Anyway, they would bless water with beautiful words like love and beauty, and then they would freeze it, and these beautiful structures would occur in the ice. And then they would curse the water. They would say terrible words, hate, all of these words, war, and when they froze the water, the structures would become completely out of shape and disproportionate and awful. This is using, so Kat, this is you blessing Jared, but Jared, this is also you blessing Kat, like literally laying on the hands. And blessing, changing the structure of the water, which is 70-80% of your body. That's the power of prayer. Words are vibrations. It changes the vibration of your body. That's the strength card, Jakat. But it's your ability to change the color of the water. And purify it. You can put the words, you can put these wonderful words of love, beauty, abundance, peace, even on your water pipes, if you're having it, from under your sink. We have it written on our bottles. But it's, what is the deal with changing the color of the water? I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's like the ability of, if you're adding food coloring to the water, you can pour the water out and make it clear again, or make it green, or whatever color. It's changing the structure is what's happening here. And when that happens, sometimes it can feel a little bit shaky, like, oh my God. But that's a sign that things are changing for you. Where when you get shook up or super tired, it's this energy changing, shifting. All right, my dear Tiffany. Oh, and Lindsay just saw an article about Masuro and the water crystals today. Lindsay says we are all connected. Absolutely. That's so funny, Lindsay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So then, well, Tiff, this is no surprise. This is the seer card. So I've always loved your brain. I thought you were one of the smartest people I've ever met or know. You have your doctorate. So what that's done is it's built new neural pathways. Your education, the way you think, the way you know math, the way you know numbers. It's built like a 500-room mansion, a 1,000-room mansion in your brain. You're only using maybe 10 rooms. The seer card is these other abilities. We've talked on the show about they only thought there were 5 senses for years. Now they've discovered 23. They're discovering, I think it's 24, 25 now, but they're discovering new senses all the time. In humans, this is your passion. And so I'm going to go back to the very beginning of Lana and having this magician card. And so the magician is, the seer is seeing behind, it's seeing around, it's seeing through, it's seeing things that you never saw before. Now, your trained left brain may want to try to make sense of it, but you're moving into a realm of shamanism, a realm of magic, stories. And that's why your stories are so important, Tiffany. Your ability to see the other side. So if you've been, for instance, seeing glimpses of your daughter, or felt her, or seen flashes of light out of the corner of your eye, that's real. It's not your imagination. And if it was, okay, that's great, because Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. But the imagination is real. It's really there. Trust it. Trust it. A seer trusts what they see, and that's growing stronger for you. All right, my dear Laura. So, Laura, are you willing to let go of the constriction of time and space? Any way, shape, or form where you feel or have felt constricted or limited by time? Or, gosh, time passes so quickly. Gosh, time. Okay. That's a change in your perception that's important, that needs to take place, which is taking place. Rather than looking back, this is giving you space to look forward, to give up on limited thinking. I was looking for something here. Sorry, Laura. I'll find it in a little bit, and I'll probably send you a message on it. This is you moving into next comfortably and easily. Without taking any regrets with you. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate the regrets?
She changed her profile picture too. Laura did.
Oh, Laura changed your profile picture? Okay. So, it's about letting go. And not being caught up in reminiscing. or coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's okay to have good memories, but not to linger in them or be sad about them. This is switching the energy around it. It's switching the time-space continuum around that. Oh, and any fallacy around time lost. Oh, any fallacy around time wasted. That's it. That's it. Any of you on the show, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate any fallacy around wasted time or time lost? Bullshit. That is BS. Okay. Whew. Good one, Laura. All right, Ashley. All right. So this goes along with the group card tonight, which is illumination. So, Ashley, if you have a brand new house, but forgot to put in electricity, at night you probably have to walk around with a flashlight, right? And a flashlight's a very limited. You're only going to see just a corner or a portion of a wall at one time. So are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate either or? Like this, either I'm an artist or I make a lot of money. And wherever that came from in society, in whatever, about starving artists, are you willing to get that out of your field now? I can help you do that. That I can have it all. Are you willing to open up? I can have it all. And so this goes back to you as well, Laura. I can have it all, and I can move forward with confidence, Laura. And I'm talking kind of both to you and Ashley now. But I can move forward without the fear of regrets. And it's staying in the now and the power of the now. So this is, actually, you're extremely educated as well with 2 masters. It is a matter of moving forward and knowing what it is you do is extremely unique. You're not like any other artist in the world, nor are you, Lindsay. Anyone that does art of any kind, you're not. You're truly unique. There never has been another you. There never will be another you. There never has been any creation like you've created, nor will there ever be one like it. It is unique. Like even you, Abby, right? With your wreathing, Marilyn with your stained glass, Marilyn Pitts with your quilting. It goes on and on. Everyone on the show has some unique abilities that are coming through. Are you willing to expand that and go back and put electricity in your house to get full illumination around this, actually? And anywhere where you've had limited thinking around money, around abundance, that's changing. Bring it in. You can have it all. I easily and comfortably have it all. Okay, my dear Heather. Okay, so great card. We're getting toward the end of the show. Amanda's the last one here, but Heather, thank you, because this is exactly affecting Amanda, Ashley, Laura, Tiffany, Kat, Jared, Lindsay, Marilyn, Abby, Lana, and Marilyn Pitts. This is the success card. And Kenan could talk to you for days on the planet Jupiter. But Jupiter is the expansive planet. It's the planet of abundance. This is getting a new car. This is keep going, Heather. I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve this. What is it you deserve? Do you deserve a brand new home? Millions of dollars? Whatever it is physically that you want or need, but it's also an extension of expanding consciousness as to what is available for people when they align their energy, which is what you're doing, with creating greater. So there's something coming down the pike for you in order for you to create greater. It's a greater blessing for you. All right, my dear Amanda. Okay, first of all, Amanda, you are an amazing mother. Your ancestors, your grandmothers are coming through in this one. You are an amazing mother. Anywhere where you're thinking that you're not an amazing mother, flush that right away. Anywhere where you believe you're not an amazing mother, or there's this little thing, it feels like a mosquito to me. And it's talking about not being an amazing mother, or you could be doing better, or I shoulda, coulda, woulda done better. Oh my God, get rid of that. That does not belong in your field at all whatsoever, Amanda. You are an amazing person. Look how far you've come. Look what you've overcome. Look at what you have done and what you're going to do. Unprecedented. Trip to the ocean. Picture a life of just being able to go to the ocean whenever you want to go to the ocean. You're moving into this more time for Amanda, an USA time. Just USA. USA. Something's giving birth within you. So as a mother, you know, when you were pregnant, it was really important to take care of your body, not to do strenuous exercise, watch what you eat, watch what you drink. This is incubating a time where it's taking time for yourself and being okay with that. Absolutely being okay with that. And I talked to this mother one time years ago. I think she had 8 children. So if you went to see her, you could pop in, but she'd go, listen, house is a mess. I have 8 kids. You walked in, and sure enough, it was a messy house. But she goes, you know what? In 20 years, I'm going to have an immaculate house, and I'm going to miss my kids. So she had it really kind of in balance. So anywhere where you're judging yourself, or you could be doing, shoulda, coulda, woulda, been doing something better, your grandmothers are coming through going, you're doing a great job, Amanda. Keep going, girl. Yeah, and Lindsay, thank you. Yes, every mother out there, you're all doing great. You've done great. All right. I love you all. Happy Sunday night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Love you.